Good morning, students. So today we will learn that how a soluble solid is separated from its solution, in which there are some methods. If you use those methods, you can separate a soluble solid from its solution. The first method is evaporation and the second is crystallization. So let's see how evaporation can be done by separating a soluble solid from its solution. So evaporation, the process of evaporation. On evaporation, the dissolved substances is left as a solid residue when all the liquid has evaporated. The use of the process of evaporation for separating a mixture is based on the fact that the liquid vaporizes easily, whereas solids do not vaporize easily. For example, seawater contains several salts, mainly table salt or common salt we say. These common salt dissolved in water. So seawater is collected in tanks and allowed to evaporate slowly under the heat from sun. Water slowly evaporates, leaving behind white crystal of the salt, which is purified to obtain table salt. So if you can see in your book the activity, in there it is mentioned to separate common salt by evaporation. So in the laboratory, evaporation can be conveniently carried out in a porcelain evaporating dish. The most rapid evaporation is achieved by heating the dish containing the solution directly on a wire gauze. So however, for slow evaporation of the solution, a water bath can be used. Now in your activity you can see that how can you demonstrate this process, the process of evaporation. So take one spatula full of common salt in a beaker, add 50 ml of water, shake to dissolve the solution. Then your salt solution is ready. Now transfer the solution to a china dish and place it on a wire gauze over a burner. Okay. Now heat the china dish gently at low flame. Now record your observation. What do you find? What will you find? Like when the solution containing dissolved salt in water is heated, water vaporizes, leaving behind salt, which does not vaporize at this temperature. Now this process is called evaporation. So like that you can get salt from water. Water evaporates and salt leaving behind in the china dish. So now with this you can separate a soluble solid from liquid. Now let's see what is the meaning of crystallization and how this process can be done. So the process of crystallization is used for purifying substances from its impure sample. So the process of crystallization you can see in your activity. Like what things you need? You need beaker, alum and glass rod. Now take 50 ml of water, distilled water in a beaker and supply heat into it. Remove the beaker from the flame and place it on a table. Now add half spoon of alum into the hot water in the beaker and stir to dissolve it. Now keep dissolving alum into the solution until no more alum can be dissolved into the water. Now heat solution in low flame to dissolve any undissolved alum. If any undissolved alum is present, then heat the solution so that the alum can be dissolved in the water. Now filter this hot solution through a filter paper and collect the filtrate in another beaker. So the insoluble impurities are left behind on the filter paper and the filtrate which you have collected in a beaker, allow it to cool. Now after when it gets cool, the crystals of alum you can see in the beaker. Now separate the crystals from the solution, dry them on filter paper. See, now you know that how you get common salt from seawater, by evaporation and crystallization also. The seawater is collected, then it evaporates, leaving behind the crystals of common salt. Now this common salt is then purified in factories, which I have already told you. So like that, by this two process, you can get soluble solid from its solution. Soluble solid means salt, from its solution means from salt solution you can get salt. Now we will see that how separation can be done in miscible liquids. Miscible liquids, you know that the liquids which dissolve in each other completely in all proportion. For example, alcohol in water. These liquids are miscible liquids. Okay, so miscible liquids can be separated by distillation. So distillation, it is a process of converting a liquid into vapor, condensing the vapor and collecting the liquid called distillate. So first of all, when liquid gets heated, it converts into vapor, and when vapor gets cooled, it converts again into liquid. So this process is used for separating mixtures of liquid of different boiling points, that is the temperature at which a liquid starts boiling, or for separating a pure liquid from a non-volatile but soluble solid. So you can do the activity. Now you can see the setup in your book, distillation setup, how separation can be done in distillation. You see, to obtain pure water from common salt. Okay, suppose I have a salt solution and I have to separate, I have to get pure water from salt solution. So by the use of this distillation, you can get pure water. Like how you can get the pure water from this salt solution? Dissolve 1 spatula full of common salt in 50 ml of water. Set up the apparatus as you can see in figure. Take the solution of common salt in the distillating flask. Then heat the distillation flask gently. Now record your observation. What happens when distillation flask is heated? What is left behind in the distillation flask? You will get to know. Now see, the distillation is carried out with the help of a condenser, a receiver and a distillation flask. The arrangement of apparatus for distillation, you can see in the figure. The solution to be distilled is taken in a distillating flask which is connected to a condenser. A continuous flow of cold water is maintained in the condenser to condense the vapor. The solution is heated to evaporate the liquid, and the vapors obtained pass through the condenser where they condense to liquid state and collect in the receiver. Now the solid is what? Common salt is left behind in the distillating flask. In this way, a mixture of non-volatile but soluble solid, you can say, and a liquid is separated. This is the whole process of distillation. Now if a mixture of two liquids, like if I have water and alcohol, which is given in your book example, that is heated in a distillation flask, the liquid with lower boiling point is collected as distillate. The liquid with higher boiling point is left behind in the flask. Like this way, two liquids having different boiling points can be separated by distillation. The next method is separation using separating funnel. This method is used to separate immiscible liquid. So the immiscible liquid is what? So the liquids which do not dissolve in each other are called immiscible liquids. For example, oil and water. The two liquids do not dissolve in each other completely. So that is why this liquid is immiscible liquid. And how you can separate this immiscible liquid? By using separating funnel method. So, for example, if I have a mixture of oil and water, you can see here. Now you prepare a mixture of oil and water. Take the above mixture in a separating funnel. Let it stand undisturbed for some time so that separate layers of oil and water are formed. Now open the stopper of the separating funnel and pour out the lower layer in a beaker. Now record your observation. See, water forms the lower layer because its density is high with respect to oil. So after pouring out the lower layer, oil remains in the separating funnel. Like this, you can separate the two immiscible liquid by using this setup, this separating funnel method. Now you see, suppose if I want to separate, if I have a mixture of 3 substances or 4 substances, then how can you separate this mixture? See, in your activity 7, how can you separate a mixture of ammonium chloride, sand and iron fillings? As you know that iron fillings can be attracted by magnet. So iron filling, if a mixture of ammonium chloride, sand and iron filling is in your beaker, then bring near this mixture a magnet. What will happen? That the iron filling attracted towards magnet. So a bar magnet attracts all the iron fillings present in the mixture. Now iron fillings separated. Then what left? Ammonium chloride and sand. Now you know, see, whenever you have to separate the constituent present in the mixture, you have to know the nature of the constituents that are present in the mixture. Now as you can see here that iron fillings get separated, what left behind? Ammonium chloride and sand. Now you know the nature of ammonium chloride, as it gets sublimes, that means it directly converted into vapor. So now you heat this mixture containing ammonium chloride and sand. What happened? Ammonium chloride sublimes and deposited in the wall of the inverted funnel. And what left behind in the china dish? Sand. Like this you can separate this mixture. What method involves here? Magnetic separation, then sublimation, and then residue sand and sublimate is ammonium chloride. Like that. This is the flow sheet diagram of the separation. Again in activity 8 you see the 3 constituents is present in a mixture. Now you can see here that sugar, kerosene and water is there. That means you have a mixture of immiscible liquid and a solid which is dissolved in water. Now you see how you can separate kerosene from this mixture by using separating funnel method. So use separating funnel method. Then the solution, you can see here, sugar solution separated, then stop the stopper, kerosene left behind in the separating funnel. Then from this sugar solution you can get sugar. How? By evaporation, by distillation. Now you use the method distillation to get sugar, to get pure water, and what left behind in the distillation flask? Sugar. Like this you can separate this mixture. In your exercise, one question is there that separate a mixture of aluminium powder, iron fillings and sugar. So how the mixture can be separated? So you know that iron fillings can be attracted by a magnet. So magnetic separation method you will use to separate iron filling. Then aluminium powder and water. Then aluminium powder and sugar will left behind. After that you dissolve aluminium powder and sugar in water. You see, sugar is dissolved in water whereas aluminium powder is not dissolved in water. So filter the solution. Filtrate is sugar solution, and whatever left behind in the filter paper is your aluminium powder. Now sugar solution you have, you can separate the sugar solution from distillation method, as pure water you can get in distillate, and whatever is left behind in the flask is sugar. Like that you can separate the mixture. See the preparation of pure common salt from an impure sample of common salt. Now see the steps involved here to purify common salt. First step is we have impure common salt in a beaker. Then powder and dissolve in water. What we have done, that this impure common salt, we dissolve this in water. Now filter, remove insoluble impurities. So if any insoluble impurities is present in the water, then in the solution, then it gets separated by using filter paper. Then infiltrate, you have salt solution, impure salt solution. Then what you do, you heat, you supply heat to this solution. So if you supply heat, that means evaporation occurs and you will get a pure common, means water evaporates and you get pure common salt here. So a combination of method of separation during the purification of common salt. This involves all these steps involved in purification of common salt. So this is the end of your chapter. Now you solve all the questions from your assignment and solve all the exercises question, and if you have any doubt, comment in the comment box. Thank you.